extinction.
This video is brought to you by the Spider Combat Arena. Support the Kickstarter today.
Oh my goodness. So I put out a video a while back in regards to black people becoming extinct. And there was a litany of comments talking about, oh, that'll never happen. Black people have been here, will always be here, yada, yada, yada. And what I was referring to was political extinction. Because upon you becoming politically extinct, you inevitably will become racially extinct. You'll be nothing. And when you look at black Americans in this country as a whole, as a collective, our image has been tainted due to commercialism. They don't have a problem destroying our communities. The same policies that our grandfathers are still active, right? When it comes to redlining, when it comes to housing discrimination, that's still present, still going on. When it comes to education, all of the systems that they put in place have led us to this very, very surreal situation. And you have to understand that, as Dr. Claude Anderson says, it is a race. That's what it is. It's a race of races. I understand people can say, hey, we're all in this together. But at the end of the day, until the majority of Americans believe that and they act upon that, then it's a race. You're competing with Hispanics, Latinos. They're competing with whites. They're competing with Asians. Everyone's competing with everyone else. If everyone else is in unity against you, this is what happens. And what I'm referring to is this horrible story where you have this 16-year-old boy whose mom allowed him to go to Dockweiler Beach to hang out with friends at a party.
The mother says that on Saturday night, on February 10th, her son had gone to see some friends at a party that had been promoted on social media.
Apparently, one of his friends got into some altercation. This led her to get into, on the ground. He goes over to help her up off the ground, and that the people who apparently were a part of the altercation to begin with didn't like that. And what happened is they began assaulting this young man.
My son was helping a friend. He helped a friend get her up off the ground, and then the guy just asked him to stop, and then my son wanted to help his friend, and then the guy asked him did he want to fight, and my son didn't want to fight him. Unprovoked,
mind you. This was unprovoked. All the saltines, all the races, they'd love to say, what'd y'all do? What happened before? This has already been verified by police already. So all your bootlickers, you can listen to the police because that's what they said. They harmed this young boy to the point where the doctor told his mother that they didn't even know if he was going to make it or not.
When the doctor came to, soon as we walked through the door, they was like, we didn't know if your son was going to live. And I just started crying. And I just went over there and held my son's head and told him, Mommy's not going anywhere.
Now, I want you to understand that is a very, very real situation for us as a collective. That's what happens when we have no political power and no, as far as economic power. This is going to be a case that happens over and over and over and over again. And this is just a case that we've heard of. But now what we have to do is look at the reaction. Because what do you have with the right? Anything someone mentions, anything happen to do with white people, or even mentioning the word white, you change a character, Hannibal. Remember they were talking about Denzel Washington now being Hannibal, and they're losing it. They're talking about, oh, it's anti-white. You have Elon Musk posting anti-black memes and whatnot. All of this. That's what they have. That's their travesty. That's the issues that they're dealing with right now. You won't hear anything about black Americans. You won't hear anything about what's going on to us because how they view us are the criminal. So when a criminal gets hurt, well, hey, that's racial justice to them. And if you look on many of these right-leaning pages that go over this story, they'll simply say, I don't believe it. Or, hey, that's what they get. Or they'll victim blame. When we look at the left, what does the left constantly say? Oh, black and brown coalition, right? Black and brown coalition, oh, this is what's happening. Their main focus right now are migrants. Their main focus right now are illegal aliens. That is the left's focus right now. Where does that leave us? That's the issue that I have. Where does that leave us? Leaves us with nothing, bruh. That's where it leads us with, okay? If you look at many of the black communities, they're being gentrified. You're being booted out. This is exactly what Dr. Claude Anderson says as far as, hey, you got to have reinforcements. And if you don't think that an option of pathway to citizenship is not coming, it's not around the corner, you're crazy. So I just want to put that out there so people can understand that, the consequences of what's happening, the reality of the situation. But with all of that being said, I think the overwhelming factor, okay, with this video, and that's emblematic to, with our experience and our relationship with this country, even today, is that this young black man went to go help somebody. Unprovoked, he was attacked. And guess what? No one went to help him. The same people, the same friends he went to go see, the same person, the girl who he went to go help, no one was there for him. No one. You didn't hear anyone say, stop it, leave him alone. Nothing. Do you remember that video where the white boy got attacked behind the school? What happened? There were black kids who saw what was going on, didn't know this kid from a hole in the wall, and tried to stop it. So I want you to understand that is what's happening with us. That I'm sorry, I gotta say, but we've got to become more selfish. We have to, because if you have to understand what you're dealing with. If you believe that you're dealing with a group of people who have a lineage of evil, a lineage of lying, manipulation, okay, corruption, scandalous behavior, a wicked, vile, systemic oppression and destruction of people and communities and civilizations. If that's what you understand you're dealing with, then you can't be so naive, unfortunately. You can't be so naive. If you understand that people within our community are wicked and corrupt, unfortunately, then you have to understand that people outside are worse in some cases. You can't expect for backup to come. And that's why Dr. Claude Anderson, I keep bringing up Powernomics, where he talks about, hey, this is the reality of the situation. This is where America is going if it continues down that path. And sure enough, he's absolutely correct. We can't engage in scratch my back and I scratch yours, right? We can't do that because no one's scratching our back. That reciprocity is non-existent for us. So we have got to go about our strengths, okay, figure out our weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And think about this as a collective, because if not, well, that's going to be the case for all of us. That's going to be the case for all of us because we're going to be outnumbered. Heck, many of us already outnumber our own communities where we grew up in. We now look like we don't belong in the neighborhood. That's why I say, as far as extinction, it's no more ha ha he he when this is real and this is having an impact. And yet, you won't hear anything about, stop black hate, stop a black hate crime bill. You won't see any of that. So we got to take this seriously because it's having serious consequences. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not, Lucas, you calm down. It's not that bad. We're doing just fine. Just take a chill pill, all right? Or if you don't believe, we need to take this very seriously. Very, very seriously, because people are teaming up against us, as been the case. But unfortunately, it's having repercussions and negative impacts and a ripple effect throughout our lineage. So if you want to set up your kids for success, then something has to be done. Just has to be done. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree with the video, you're more than welcome to call in during Disagreement Day, which is typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. What are some solutions that we can go about, some change? Feel free to share and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. No one went to help him.